Hi there, I'm Angela St. Julian, founder and publisher of Brand.bar's Happy Hour Chats. So, I have a surprise for you. In honor of Mother's Day on Sunday, this week I will have a spotlight interview of a domain industry mother each day this week up until Mother's Day. So, this is a great opportunity to get to know some of the women in our space and some of the time that they dedicate to their families as well as their craft or their career in the domain space. Stick around, learn more about us, but first, let's hear from our sponsors.
Serious about online trading? Secure your funds, keep your merchandise safe, and use a company that keeps both the buyer and seller protected the whole way through. That's escrow.com. Payments you can trust.
If you're interested in speaking, exhibit, or sponsorship opportunities at the 2017 NamesCon show, you can track the team down at World Hosting Days USA this month. They'll be there starting Tuesday, May 24th. Welcome everybody to the Brand.bar Happy Hour Chat. I'm Angela St. Julian, and I am on today with the lovely Amanda Lyon, Director of Business Development over at Scorpion Agency. Let me pull her up and let's say hello. Hey there, Amanda.
Hello.
I am so
How are
happy
you?
you could be here with us this afternoon.
I'm nervous, but I'm here.
Yes, it's okay. Don't be nervous. We're going to have a good time and a good discussion here. So I want to just lead us into, I guess, us getting to know each other better. And that would be to start with asking you, I guess, to tell us a little bit about yourself and your role in the domain industry.
Well, I've had a wide variety of jobs over the last 20 years. I've always enjoyed learning new things. I kind of get stuck in a rut if I'm kind of in the same thing for too long of a time period. So I really enjoy getting out there, learning new things, and I've learned along the way that I really love customer service and sales. I love being around people. I love learning new things about people. I love the diversity of our wonderful earth and people on it.
Oh, yeah.
So when I got involved in the domaining industry about 2 years ago, I was fascinated by this whole .com world, and I didn't realize that people were like actually making a business and a living and this amazing world of domaining.
Yeah.
So I really got suckered in. I started learning, buying, these just plain .coms and the things you could do with them. And I really got interested in this, taking this name that was, a 2-3 figure worth name and really building it up, making a website, making it more brandable, and then having to turn around and make a 4+ figure profit off of it. I mean, that's just amazing. Who doesn't want to do that?
Yeah.
Just a
That's
little
right.
time.
Exactly. And and I should have said when we first started too, the reason why we're doing this little chat right now is because we're doing this whole Mother's Day special this week. And I want to make sure that I focus in on that too, Amanda. You being a mom, you've been a mom for a good while now, but you're also a new mom again. So you're doing this with new baby Jules in your life. And I guess I wonder, um, how does all of that fit in? What did you do before you decided to jump into the domain space? And then I guess more specifically, did you decide to do it because you wanted to have time at home with Jules, or what was your reasoning, I guess, for that?
Well, with my oldest two, I was a stay-at-home mom.
Hmm.
And while I really enjoyed being able to stay at home and focus on them, when I was able to get back out and work, that was something I realized I really missed. I like making money to bring in for my family. I like getting out and around people, and I like that day-to-day experience. Having Jules was a bit of a surprise. And before then, I was a manager and learning coach at Starbucks. So coming home, it's crazy hours at Starbucks. It's early hours. And being a very involved mom, I wanted to be able to do more things where, he could be at home with his father. It wouldn't be a, daycare situation, but I still wanted to be involved like I was with my oldest two. And I really enjoy that aspect of being here because I can do all these things with him and still work from home.
Oh, yeah.
And I really love the diversity of that in our industry. I can get up first thing in the morning, get my coffee, get to work. I can take a break 3-4 hours later and take him to the well checkup at the doctor, or feed him, or play with him, or look over and acknowledge, let him know, Mom's right here. It's a nice fluidity in our home with work and family. So it's a nice little combination for us.
Yeah. So, and is domaining now full-time for you?
It is going to be very soon.
Yeah.
Yes. It's pretty much 7 days a week now. I also do the Scorpion agency, so I've really been getting more involved with advertising, and we have a bunch of business meetings tomorrow with that. So I'm really trying to get us more out in the logo industry as well.
Well, good. So basically, though, you get to be online at home and you get to spend a lot of time or extra time with your family because you're not commuting or going into an office outside of the home every day. That's really exciting. I get the same opportunity, so I know how cool that can be. So, does your career have any built-in benefits to your role, or I guess your main role as mom? I'm asking that even though we just talked about the most obvious benefit, which is you can be right there for Jules at any time. But is there anything else that you can think of that, you take from being mom into your work that really helps you?
The multitasking.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, it may be different if this was my first child, but having two previous, you really learn how to be able to juggle several things at once, or else you're going to fail miserably. So the multitasking and the patience.
Oh, yeah.
Those are two huge things that really help. But I mean, it's not just, I guess, like it's nice to have this great family unit that we have, being able to be at home and domaining, because I'm lucky enough where my husband does the same thing. So we can kind of tag team if necessary, like, I'm really tied up with this. Can you deal with the baby right now? And vice versa.
Yeah.
And then he's such a good child that majority of the time we can let him do his own thing, and we're both working. So then that allows us to go take a 2-3 hour break to go out to lunch with family or friends, or go do shopping during the off hours when everybody else is at work.
Yes.
So there is numerous unlimited benefits to being a mom and being at home, and having the benefit of the two just works so well together.
Yeah. Well, there's several qualities that we as mothers possess that is it just makes us successful at a lot of things, or resilient even when it comes down to dealing with challenges and different things like that. I know that you do some moderating over at Name Pros as well, right?
I do. I started Name Pros last year, and then I would say about 2-3 months ago started the moderating.
Yeah.
That has really helped, being in that form daily, reading it. That's like the biggest help, teaching me about domains. And then the meetup, I can't tell you how much I learned.
Oh, that meetup was so good.
I mean, I'm telling you, it's almost, I get a lot having hands-on with, hubby, but these experiences with Name Pros on a daily basis and at meetups, I was kind of not sure what I would learn or what I would take away from that. And like I told Eric, he didn't say 2 words on the way home because I was just like, and blah, 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 and blah, blah. So I was very excited. So especially when I learned about the names con ticket, I was
Yes,
just,
I'm so excited for you with that. You
I
know,
am super stoked over
I
that.
know because and for any of you who's watching or listening, you weren't at the meetup. We had a drawing for a free NamesCon ticket, and Amanda was in charge of doing the drawing, and she pulled her name out of the bag, the first name. And she was like, "No, I'm not gonna do." Even though she wanted this ticket, we've been talking about this for so long. But she just refused to take the ticket because she didn't feel right because she had picked it out of the bag. Well, I think too whenever you do, or I guess you go out of your way to just think of other people before yourself, it does pay off because the person whose name was selected next was unable or is unable to attend. So he personally said he wanted Amanda to have the ticket since she had drawn her name to begin with. It was meant to be, I'd say, right? And I'm so
Yeah,
glad that you're coming.
that made my Monday.
Yeah. Well, it made my Monday too because now we get to hang out at NamesCon, which is super cool. So, when I mentioned your moderating, I was thinking about some of the challenges that might come with dealing with different personalities and different, elements of a forum the size of Name Pros. I feel like I guess you should be well equipped because of all of the challenges you deal with as mom. Problem solving is
Well,
number one.
it's not just the mom aspect. Being at Starbucks for almost 10 years, that was a huge help as well because
Yeah.
I have dealt with um, all walks of life. I have dealt with foreigners, so I understand cultural diversity, which we get a lot on Name
Oh,
Pros.
yes.
So it was really a pretty easy adjustment with everything that we deal with moderating online. So I was actually very pleased. I told Eric in the first week, I was like, this is a lot like Starbucks. It's just a different form.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I bet. You know, um, I wanted to mention too before we get to the place where we wrap this up a little bit. You being new in the domain space, I know that you're I guess still on the learning or education path, and you're seeing a lot. You've mentioned already that you're seeing a lot on NamePros that help you with that. Are there any other tools that you find yourself using throughout the day or the week while you're learning?
News forums.
Yeah.
All, I could throw names out if you want me to,
Yeah,
but,
you just read
you
them all.
know, I mean, I do. There's a lot of them that, a few are my favorite, and I will hit them on a daily basis. I like to see everybody's opinion. Everybody has a different opinion, and that's great, especially in our world, because we all are going to see things that we think are successful or may be successful or what could be successful. And I love to see everybody's opinion on it.
Yeah.
And I love to see, where people are going in certain things, the new GTLDs. And I was reading an article yesterday about the .mom, and,
I know.
there's so many unlimited things,
That's right.
especially if you take the time to brand these things, of what you can do. So
Right.
I just think it's really exciting out there right now.
It's a good time, I guess, to be in the space right now. It's a great time. A lot of new things coming around the corner. What are your long-term goals? What are you hoping to see for yourself within this space in the next, I don't know, 2 to 5 years?
Well, I definitely would like the focus of the family business with Scorpion Agency. It's been in business since 2005, and I'd
Mhm.
really love, as my job title to get in there and really see this become really fruitful for us. That's a lot of my passion. I would love to continue online. Moderating it still gives me that edge that I miss with Starbucks,
Yeah.
Being around everybody, getting to know people, seeing all these different eclectic personalities. And I also would love to get my feet more wet with the domaining. I'm really excited about the aspect, like I've spoken before, of getting these domains that are just simply a name and turning around, at a time later and having them brandable and having a website and seeing my simple time and care turn around and make this profit off something that I made.
Yeah,
I made
you
this.
built. That's right. From the ground up, you. I got it. I totally
Yeah.
understand that. So, one last question. And I don't think it's exactly tough, but this one is going to be so valuable to any of our viewers or listeners. What advice would you give any other mother or even father who's thinking about or interested in joining or getting into the domain industry, the domain space?
My door into it was different because I was kind of perched on my husband's shoulder
Yeah.
and passionate about coming into the game. If you're interested, I would definitely suggest getting on the news forums, learn about it, doing simple, sometimes I just get online and Google things about domaining. I'll hear them bring up words like pushing names or doing this or doing that. I'm like, what's that? Go online and Google it and learn. There's a whole other vocabulary for
Oh,
domaining,
yeah.
and it's interesting to learn all these aspects of it. And to me, it just gets more and more exciting when I learn more about this. And then for me too, I love to see people talk about how they come in, and like I said before, with a 2x or 3x start, and then turn around and resell for this great figure. And it's just like, you can't get that in a normal 9-to-5 job. You can just consistently put in your time and make this base pay, versus I spent some time and attention on this, and then this is what I did X amount of time later. I mean, that's an accomplishment. Like you're doing something instead of stuck in this rut. You're living outside the box and you're still living.
Right. And it can be so incredibly rewarding. So, I want to thank you for coming on with me this afternoon and having this chat. And before you go, I want to wish you a very, very happy Mother's Day this coming Sunday. I hope that there are a lot of pleasant adventures and surprises in store for you.
I hope so too. Happy better do a good job.
You know he will. I see your Facebook page. He's cooking for you all the time.
No, that alone is a good Mother's Day.
I
will tell you that
know.
right now. But happy Mother's Day to you as well.
Thank you.
I'm
I
hoping
appreciate
that
that. I hope you come back
you
on with us, and